Hello everyone, welcome back to StayAhead with StayWhizzy. Today we have Kayla Lacy, the CEO and founder of Cancer. So Kayla, thank you for being here. Little
You're
bit
welcome.
about her. She has been in marketing and ops for companies like Uber, DoorDash, and a lot of big tech companies for almost more than 7 years, right? So Kayla, thank you for being here, and it's gonna be amazing talking with you on Cancer.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, little bit about yourself, Kayla. Like, what have you been doing and how is it life going? So, basically, what are you doing right now?
So right now I am currently starting up Canceled and getting us ready for our pre-seed fundraising. And while also doing that, I'm wrapping up my MBA program and graduating next month, and consulting full time at DoorDash, doing
Mhm,
strategy and operations for our merchant experience department.
mhm,
And like you said, I do have a background. I worked at Macy's corporate. I worked at Uber. I had a stint at Coinbase twice, and have really an in-depth experience in the operations and strategy side, in Series A startups all the way to unicorns.
mhm.
And I am currently starting my own startup right now. So that's a little bit about what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, welcome on that. So basically, when I was researching about this, the your new startup, so this completely stood out for me. I mean, first of all, I was not able to understand, okay, what are we doing, right? Then when I understood, I mean, I thought like it's so much required in the industry right now. I mean, we have
Yeah.
been seeing so many cases. So basically, I'll let you talk on this. So this is an AI native layer for dating apps, right? And how do you want to, convey this to the viewers? Like, what is cancer?
So not just like an AI layer, it's actually an AI powered trust and safety platform. So Canceled is going to be a revolutionary security app for the online experience altogether. We first want to target dating apps because we see a huge low hanging fruit on trust and safety, and also moderation and monetization right now in the dating app infrastructure. And From my own personal experience, I see there's a lot of users that want something to help them feel safe and help them have some trust before meeting people before and after the swipe. And that's what Cancel is really trying to do right now.
Mhm. I mean, what I actually, when I was researching, what I actually saw is that cancel is the right watchdog for you when you're dating, right? So
It's-
basically,
I, what did you say? I couldn't hear you.
I mean, I said cancel is the right watchdog for you when you're,
Yes.
dating. Yeah.
Yes, we want to be not like we want to be the watchdog. We also want to be the infrastructure for all dating apps. Because right now, dating apps are profiting off of users' pain. To be quite honest,
Exactly.
um,
Mhm,
there are so many statistics showing that dating apps do not really care about users' experiences on the app, and they more care about the revenue. Um,
mhm,
Dating apps right now, Match Group has made billions of dollars last year and probably going to
mhm,
hit that quota even over a billion. But our data shows, and research like Pew Research shows, 57% of women feel unsafe using dating apps. One in three women are assaulted after meeting someone online. And
mhm,
two to three sex offenders are using the dating apps as we speak. And when users have these experience and they report these to the app, only 15% of those harassment reports lead to actual bans on the app. And which is really shocking, uh, we found that 2.5 million was spent last year by Match Group lobbying against dating apps regulation. While you can look on LinkedIn right now and you can see that dating apps are currently hiring trust and safety program managers and technical managers for 100 and 150,000 a year to do what? They don't really care about the trust and safety of their users, and they're more focused on the revenue, and they're only doing it because not because they want to, it's because they have to. And Cancel's there to really help users make informed decisions about their dating life. And we don't want to focus on the gossip side of things. Our surveys and our interviews show that users want safety solutions when they're using dating apps, because right now dating apps are going to be the future. Most people are going to continuously meet people online and have these online experiences, and they need a tool to help them make that informed decision.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, while I was, going through the, papers and all, so what I saw is that there has been a good backstory for you, before starting, because you've been working in Uber, DoorDash, and also Coinbase. So basically, could you touch the, what was the backstory? How did this, pinpoint towards, creating for Cancel? Did you witness something, or was it a personal experience?
It was a personal experience, actually. I unfortunately was a victim of sexual assault, and that person was unfortunately on dating apps. To be even more clear about my story, I was in those group forums like, "Are we dating the same guy?" Right? And I got a little bit of a smart mouth, so I posted a situation about a guy I met on a dating app, and um, he sent me this long message, really kind of being very manipulative, and I kind of posted it on the "Are we dating the same guy?" forum and said, "Hey, like, by the way, girls, like, warn, like, this guy's a little bit of a weirdo, right?" And I sent the screenshot of what he sent me, and then another girl was like, he sent me that exact same message, like copy and paste. And I'm like, oh wow, not surprising. But there was a lot of like pick me girls in the chat saying, well, at least he was honest, etc., etc. And that post ended up with like 400 comments. Um, to the point that the owner or like the admin of the "Are We Dating the Same Guy" Facebook group banned me from the actual group. So I no longer had access to it. And then some time later, I was sexually assaulted. And I like, I never had that experience before. And I always hear about people that say, why don't you go to the police to sexual assault victims? Or why didn't you fight back, etc. Until I was faced with that experience, and I was very embarrassed and I was very shooken. And the first thing I thought was not even going to the police, but I wanted to warn others. And there was literally no place for me to do that because one, there currently wasn't anything out there. And two, I was banned on the only group that I could at least help with. So I literally had to make a fake account, a fake Facebook, and get back on the group and to write the post of my experience with him and post his photo and to warn others that he is a sexual deviant and he is a predator and to watch out for him. And it was so sad because there was girls under the group, under the message in the post that said that they were assaulted by him too. So it was like, it clicked to me that there was literally something where I couldn't attack and work with that person, and it kind of stopped that situation from happening from me. um, if I had something available for me to do, or if something available for me to use in that situation, I would have been more able to protect myself, which I wasn't able to. What I was saying was, when I posted that post on the group chat, once I made the fake account and got in, there was other victims that were also uh, attacked by this individual, and mentioned that they had the same experience as me and were sexually assaulted by him. And it really hurt me on like twofolds because one, if I had access to the group, or if I had some type of platform that like what I am creating now, I could have stopped and prevented that attack from me.
Exactly.
And two, if there was a platform for people to say their experience, they could have stopped the attack happening to them. So it was kind of a full circle. So that's why I created Canceled. I created something that wasn't, that I didn't have available to me, that I couldn't use, like I didn't have. And also what I believe every woman and man and anyone that identifies as whatever should have some type of tool or resource or security like this that can be able to make informed decisions and protect themselves. Because if Cancel was here today, I wouldn't have been sexually assaulted. or those women that were under my comment. So that's kind of why I made the app, and why I built this business model, and why I think it's a huge problem, which has been validated time and time again, and it personally happened to me.
I mean, exactly like you were saying. I mean, you cannot trust Facebook forms and Reddit forms just like that. You want an exclusive community for this, I think. Right.
Exactly.
And I think that's where cancelled is required. I think it's a necessity right now for the industry, like the things which have been going on. So, like you were mentioning sometime before, that you've been doing more than 5,000 surveys and 500 interviews. So, what was that? I mean, what was your, like, how was it going? And how was it? How was the experience on that?
So the surveys and the interviews were very shocking. So imagine, obviously now there's T app and T on him that came out. But when I was doing this, there was nothing like that. So I'm thinking it's just a me problem, or these girls on these Facebook
Mhm,
groups, and like
mhm,
maybe it's not really a problem. And
mhm,
I was really insecure about the company at first, but then when I did the survey, part of our program is to validate the problem before you even start working on a solution. You want to make sure there is a community that needs something. So
mhm,
we did a survey. We did not mention what we were doing. We asked very vague questions, and it was so astounding how many people experienced assault or knew someone that experienced assault. It was actually very sad because we left kind of an open form end of the survey where people could just say anything. And in some of the messages, people talked about being sexually assaulted, being physically abused by partners. And it was really sad to see, and it was a lot of people that opened up to me on that survey, anonymously, and talked about their truth. And then even in the interviews, we had more kind of validating of the problem, where people had the same sentiment of feeling unworthy, like not safe, or having people be sexually assaulted, or know someone that was hurt. So it's a very prevalent problem, with online dating, especially like the burnout, and feeling like they're looking for love, and there's nothing but people looking for more of a hookups, even though there was a huge disconnect on women, what they're looking for and what men were looking for, and what the dating app is selling, and then what the people's experiences are on the dating app. It's very interesting too, because most people that use a product consistently is because they love it, right? But dating apps are the one product where people are forced to use it because they have no other choice, and they hate using it. You never hear someone say, "Oh, I love using a dating app. I love online dating." No one ever says that. But they
That's
are
true,
using it.
actually. Mhm. I mean, no one is actually
So
liking it. I mean, they're doing it out of, I think they need it.
there's no other
That's the
option.
thing. Hmm.
Right. So Match Group and other dating apps are really profiting, off of this kind of wedge, and there is no real recourse or safety action for these users, to be able to honestly, have some type of backup, or some type of vetting system, because they're relying solely on a dating app that does not have their best interest at heart. Even when you submit a report onto a dating app, you submit the report and then it disappears into the ether, or they'll send you a copy and paste message that says, "Oh, we're sorry," or "We'll look into it." But does it tell all their 150 million plus users that that person was just reported? No,
No.
because
Mm.
it does not benefit them or their business model.
Mhm. So basically, Kayla, right now, safety has been considering an optional kind of stuff on dating apps, right? And with Cancel, like we are kind of creating a consumer reports, right, for dating. So how
Yeah,
does it work along with dating apps? Like, I mean, how, do we integrate into them, or how does work?
we are currently our own sole app at this moment. Our hope is that dating apps will see that canceled is needed across the board for all dating apps, and that they,
Mhm,
one, can't be trusted to handle trust and safety support, and two, they they should want an outside party to handle that, to look like they are not biased in that. You can't
Mhm.
have your hand in both. You can't have your hand in the cake and eat it too.
Exactly. I
So
mean,
there needs to be a governing body or an infrastructure that handles their trust and safety reports, because let's be honest, they've been handling it for the last 10 years, and the data shows users are still being hurt
mhm.
on safety side, on the trust side, and dating apps are profiting billions of dollars. So there needs to be a change and there needs to be a disruption. T app and T on Wim on her are all products of users being upset about what's currently being currently available for their trust and safety needs.
So, Kayla, what currently is T-Apps doing? How is it different from Calcet? Like, how are we different from that?
So there's a lot of things on how we're different. First, the infrastructure. T app, if you can just look at the app itself, it looks like it was built in 2001. It is was built by a male, a founder that did not have any sexual assault experience or violence happen to him. He is not a target audience for the app. He lied about his mom being scammed online. His mom is probably like 80 or 70 years old. Why is she even on there? He made a ChatGPT story and is profiting off of current users paying to make money. You can tell by the way he created the app, the way that it was, the security infrastructure, the data breaches, as well as the marketing. Who hires a chief female officer? That's so condescending to begin with, and he hides behind a female on a product that he made. Why won't you put your face to your company? Why is there someone else's face on your company? Because he knows it wouldn't sell to women if a man created an app just only for women. Makes no sense. And then on the infrastructure side, T app is basically are we dating the same guy form on a low code app. It has a bunch of API integrations with different states for background check. There's no real search. There's really no search or AI component to help people filter searches. They're monetizing any way they can, offering boosts for posts to have tea on men. It's very controversial. It doesn't target the safety and trust issue. It really is just creating harm, more harm than use. It shouldn't be just for women. There shouldn't be a T app just for women. There shouldn't be a T on her. This is a community collective issue. When people use a dating app, is it just women on the dating app? But like I was saying, are they asking for just? It's not just women on dating apps.
Mhm.
It's not just men on dating apps. It's a collective. We need, as a community, as a collective, need to
Mhm.
work on the app, on trust and safety as a whole.
Mhm.
There shouldn't be an us against them. It's a community problem. So I think it's very toxic the way they're built. We Our infrastructure will have trust and safety only reports on one interface, so a user can submit reports that have to be in the trust and safety environment. Unlike TApp, we will make sure that the report is vetted before it's published. So we make sure that it is moderated to make sure that is compliant
Mhm.
with
So,
our
uh,
standard.
mhm. Basically, Kayla, I was coming on that. Like, how are we going to do it in practice? Like, how are people going to report, and what's the steps behind it? Like, how does it look in real?
So they can submit a text on the report. They can submit information on the person they're reporting. They
Mhm.
can submit evidence if they would like. They can categorize the report. They can categorize where they met that person, what app, and all of that data helps us on the search end when people are searching for these people and having a more clear search. And then depending on the level of the report, there'll be extra security vetting before it is published. And we also providing therapeutic help and community support for victims, and helping people date safe and get out of that trauma loop.
Mhm.
And then on the other side, we'll have a T app like form where people can ask, what's the T, or who, is this guy cheating on me? Does anyone know him? But that's going to be on a separate, different page of the app. And we really want to focus on the trust and safety on one side. And if people want to have more entertainment or gossipy, that's on a completely different side of the app. So we want to really separate the two, but give both what the users want, but more in a holistic way. And we'll have an AI backend giving us trust and safety scores and some other cool features that unfortunately I can't tell you right now. But it's really exciting, and it will be extremely superior than what T app and T on her is currently available on the market. And we're currently fundraising right now, pre-seed for 1 million. And we already are on our way to working with a lead investor on that.
On that, Kayla, you told me before that you'll let us a sneak peek in your pitch deck. So can we do that? Can we see more about, cancer?
Let me see what pages I can show you. Do, 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 do. And then here is a sneak peek of our pitch deck right here,
Okay.
and really just showing our competitor landscape and a little bit of the app and what we're doing, as well as just right now what's available on the market. And there really isn't any. And really how we are going to be different than T. But yeah, this is a little bit that we can show you.
Okay. So basically, I was looking at the competition, So currently, T is currently the closest of what we are doing right now, right? And
Yes.
on the
And T
community,
on her, the new app that just came out on the male version of T.
okay. So basically, on the community part, Kayla, how is it going? Like, are people joining? What is it currently? What's the status of the community? How are we? How are you
Um,
interacting with it?
we currently have a growing wait list. We haven't even launched to market yet. And we are having a lot of interest inbound from a lot of people, like even you reaching out to us. And we're hopefully going to market in the
Mhm.
next, we want to say the first quarter of next year, depending on how our back end and our MVP gets built out and how fast it's going to get built out, which
I'm
is
sure.
already pretty fast.
I'm sure people on this is very excited about the product and the community
Yeah.
especially. Right. Are we on Reddit and all? Asking people to join a community or waitlist.
Uh, we haven't really been reaching out and asking anyone to join.
Mhm.
They've just been joining on their own. But this is the perfect time. If you guys are interested, just go on our website and join the wait list. If you want to get experience cancel, we're allowing the first 10,000 waitlist users to get free access. So the people that join now get a little bit more extra features, and maybe some beta testing before we go to market.
I'm sure the viewers will be very interested to join. Right. Coming on
Thank
you, Kayla. So basically, what I read before was that you were the first founder in your family, right? So how was
Yeah.
it going, against the norms in your family? Like first business, you started the first business, in your family.
They don't even understand what I'm doing. Like I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I'm building an app. She's like, Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
So, or like this weekend, I was with family. My aunt just bought a house. And like it was like a little family get together, and I'm at the
Mhm.
table with like my cousins and my brothers and my
Mhm.
sisters and my friends, like
Mhm.
the older crowd, the older kids table, and they're
Mhm.
all talking about like the T app. I think one of my cousins is on there, and we were all
Okay.
just like joking, and then I'm just like, I like to say, oh yeah guys, by the way, I'm making like an app just like that, and they just kind of all just dismiss me. So
I think
that's kind of how that's working.
so. Basically, on the business part, Kayla, I saw that you're looking for a co-founder. So basically, what is it? What's the current situation like? I mean, who are you finding right now?
We're not looking for a co-founder. We're looking for a technical lead or a CTO. And we've had some interviews. They've been interesting. But depending on how our fundraising goes, and how the interviews go, we will hopefully get someone soon, to start building out our back end, this winter.
Mhm. I mean, I think your experiences in, tech companies like Uber and all has really impacted, right? How you're designing, how you're working around your way through Cancel. So basically, does that help? Because there are two kinds of founders. One who straight away start a business out of the college, and one who actually works on and gets some experience. And that really helps. Both are, right. What's your take on that? Just talking a little bit on entrepreneurship in general.
I think there's all types of founders, but like study has shown that like the most successful founders, have had a diverse experience, usually first, generation, lived in multiple different countries, young, and ambitious, and have worn many hats and have had different roles. And also sometimes the founders have no experience in the companies that they're building, but they have like the grit and the want and the need, and they know the problem and the solution. So I think with me and personally, I have always been a creative. I've always liked the aesthetics and the visuals, and managing. And thankfully, in my career, I've been able to work in completely different projects, building up companies, building up operations team, working in customer service, helping product manage an app. I never been a product manager in my life before, and I think really working at Uber really helped me like get like that startup bug. And ever since then, I've been really, interested in, building, and the innovation side of things, and just the exciting part of what a startup is. And thankfully, I have stumbled upon a really big problem that needs a really big solution. And I am taking my experiences and applying it to my company.
So, coming on cancel, Kayla. So, you're currently going for fundraising. So, what is the current timeline and how do you look forward? Like, it's not a, I think it's more than a product, it's a, movement, right? So, what is the next future for cancel? How do you look at?
So timeline, we're opening fundraising, next week. Um, I think we already have a lead investor, so we'll be, hopefully closing that fundraise by November, and we should be having canceled to the market early next year.
Mhm,
And uh, I guess the closing statement is right now, Cancel is not just an app; it's an infrastructure. Right
mhm,
now, dating is honestly broken. T app proved the market is hungry for safety first tools, but they sadly failed to deliver. And right now, we are ready, and the users are currently waiting.
exactly. I mean, I think this is something which the market really needs, and people are actually in need of it, right? I mean, more than a business, I would say it's a community which actually people needs, right? I mean, just like what happened with you on Facebook. I don't think it should happen with anyone. Nobody should be,
Yeah,
removed from the group just like that. I think because if someone is sharing the experience, they should be given a chance to speak, right? So on
exactly.
that, I think we'll be closing this, and thank you for being here first of all. And thank you for sharing your
Welcome.
experience with us. It's a very unique experience. And I think people will be very excited to use the platform and benefit from it.
All right, awesome. Well, it's nice meeting you, and I look forward to seeing how this interview goes.
Sure, sure, sure. Okay.
All right,
Just a
bye bye,
sec.
guys.